Start the streamers. Short from someone that I found through Linksy channel. Big ups Linksy. Shouts out Linsky. I call it Linksky because I think of links, but it's Linsky. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to you. This is a cool short. Cool short, yeah. Why does it say music? Has it got the subtitles on? I just thought this was a really cool short, but it turns out this is more than that. This is the Krishna goddess Kali, I think it's Kali, and it represents a sort of vengeful, feminine spirit, I think, in some ways. I'm not an expert, but it's a really cool short, isn't it? Today we're going to be looking at a few shorts. Let's put some background music on. Hello. Relaxing background music, don't mind if I do. Today we're going to be looking at a few shorts. I've got shorts from our friend Luke. Our favourite friend Luke. We've got shorts from our favourite friend Luke. I've already blown the cover on the profile picture, on the thumbnail, haven't I? So we've got that. We've got a couple of bits from this guy who has got 100,000 subscribers, but only 2,000 turned up to his celebration for his play button. We'll have a little look at Alan. I've got a video coming up about Alan, so we'll talk Alan, and then we'll drop a video about Alan after this. But of course, last time I said it, I didn't do it. Oh no, but this time I definitely will. Because today's going to be a sort of short Nutterwatch, I guess. Let me get your chat so it's a bit more visible. Let me get my chat so it's a bit more visible. There you go. Alright, do you want that short? Do you want that again? This is fucking cool, isn't it? What? What? Who I've been watching her videos just to relax my brain at the end of an evening or late in the morning. They have like other channels that she suggests, and that was one of them. So shouts out them, I guess. Minaka, what was her name? Manika. Shouts out Manika. We're going to be watching an ayahuasca trip from this lady, Ella Ringrose. Ella Ringrose has had an ayahuasca trip and she wants to tell us about it. I've got to determine whether she's telling lies about even taking the trip or whether she really did go on an ayahuasca retreat and take a load of fucking nutty DMT. I'll be telling you about what it does to your brain. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to sandwich it with some of Luke's shorts.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Don't forget, have a great time.
Don't forget to have a great time. And we're going to celebrate this guy's celebration of 100,000 subscribers and point out that he's bought all the fucking subscribers. What's he doing? You do want to hear about this man. You do want to hear about this, man. There will be a broadcast following this. I will dump you into it. I'll make it a premiere at the end of this, and I'll launch you all into it, okay? So for that reason, tonight's show, we're coming on just about 6 o'clock-ish. Probably try and do this in an hour, and then launch this premiere at about an hour, 7 o'clock. And then while the premiere runs, I might go over to the other channel and play Genshin Impact on Twitch. So you have a choice of what you want to do and watch. Some people have watched what we said about Alan yesterday already. Obviously, he's despicable, yeah? And we will be, look.
We'll never know about body doubles and whatever went on. We will never know. And I'm not going to speculate anymore. But in my eyes, it was very bad public relations.
It was bad public relations. It wasn't Alan's fault for doing 14 TikToks in 7 days and harassing the poor woman. It wasn't his fault, of course. So we covered his royal conspiracies. That's a video that's on this channel. We covered his sort of death spiral yesterday. Like, it's hard to keep up with it, isn't it? The amount of crap that flows so quickly. It is hard to keep up with it. You don't want Ella Ringworm. She's had an ayahuasca trip. Come on, let me have a bit of fun. Because tonight's show is not going to be centered around Alan on the live stream. That's coming after on the full react. And I want to temper you. I want to give you a bit of a, I'll tell you later, but trigger warning. The first 15 minutes. Yesterday, I did. It's Nutterwatch day yesterday. It's Friday, isn't it? I didn't feel like doing it because of the Kate news. Of course, it was kind of sad, and we felt reflective. And then so I presented the start of the show yesterday on Twitch, talking about that. And then Alan went live and did all his nuttiness. So we followed with that. So we've got a full Alan react. It's like a 2-hour Alan video. The first 15 minutes are a little bit of a conversation about the sadness of the sad things. So deal with it, yeah? It's on the video. If you don't want to watch the premiere, come to it 15 minutes late or whatever. But then after 15 minutes is up, I go straight into Alan on the premiere, on the video. I've already covered this yesterday, you see, so you'll see it presented on YouTube today.
Public Relations Department messed this up in Kensington Palace by doing that Mother's Day thing. Right?
The PR department messed it up. Says a man sat in front of his microphone.
Seeing her sitting on that bench today.
I'm surprised he didn't clock the bench for the Nicola Bully bench.
Whenever it was filmed.
Well, you know when it was filmed because
she told us. She was so calm, wasn't she? This is like a woman of duty, yeah.
Oh, she's brilliant, Alan. Yeah.
Early
shouldn't have spent 4 days hounding her with 17 TikToks, should you?
Stages of chemo following the discovery of cancer. She spoke of a joy in her work that she did and the comfort of having William by her side.
Can I not even have my relaxing music
Never
on? Are you that quiet, Alan?
The online stuff.
Oh, this is careful. This is something I missed, so I wanted to, sort of preview it with this. It's never once did she mention the online stuff. What do you mean, the online stuff? You mean people like you on TikTok making 17 TikToks, harassing, talking nonsense, conspiracy, she's having an affair, he's having an affair, like, people like you, yeah? Like, she's got kids, we talked briefly on the upload that's about to be presented after this show about we talked briefly about the cancer stuff, and I told a little story about how, right, animals, I told a little story about how when I was a kid, my dad had quite serious cancer and was given 2 weeks to live, and we had to go and sit on a bench and basically say goodbye to him in case his surgery didn't go well. Like, I was thinking about it today, about how, like, Alan's going on about all this and the conspiracy people. I've even bookmarked one on Twitter that I can't be asked to show you now, but people saying conspiracies like, well, she's only on her own on the bench. Where's William? He's not with her. Where are the kids? And like, if she's going through chemotherapy, then she's going to have a compromised immune system. So it's probably kind of threatening in a way to have, not threatening, but you know what I mean? Like, it's dangerous to have all these kids around and all this stuff going on. So it might be very difficult for her. I can't believe these people and the lows they have stooped to this last couple of weeks. I knew TikTok seemed a bit, didn't it? Seemed a bit, but oh dear, Alan is the worst. He's taken the scrapings of the gutter press and somehow managed to refine them into something far more disgusting.
Once did she moan about the online stuff?
The online stuff? What, you mean people like you?
No, she'll leave that to others. She's not saying about the online.
Yeah, she'll leave that to others because she's far more classy to go and make a big thing about it. But clearly, she's quite cross about the online stuff, isn't she? Because it's forced her to have to get off her sickbed and make a public video. So now all of her stuff is out in public. She's got kids. They got kids. It's just really horrible what Alan did, isn't it? Can we have an agreement in chat? Can we have what should we put in chat for Alan is horrible? Can we all have a? Should we choose a? Give me an H in chat, the letter H, if you think that Alan's horrible and what he's done is horrible and that it's really disgusting. Give me a letter H in chat if you could do that for me, please.
Saying, I was thinking of my family.
Big ups JJ Kane. We're going to move on from it and we're going to have a laugh at some other stuff tonight, and then I'm going to jump over to Twitch, play games and have fun and present the premiere of what he did yesterday on YouTube for those that, you know. I don't think it's good to let people like this drag us down with their horrible behaviour. You know, I just don't think it's fair to let them like pop the balloon, and I think we should still keep hold of that balloon and let it, like, you know, put us up and elevate us above this crap. So like, we do have a laugh, we do mess about, we do react, and I am critical of these people, but today, and certainly yesterday and today, I don't have the energy to come on stream and go, fuck you, you prick, fuck you, isn't he a prick, fuck you, you prick, and have a big celebratory party about what a prick he is, because it is just kind of disgusting. Big ups. If I got your £20, Robert, why do I owe you £20? Do I owe you £20? Big ups, Battlecat. Thank you for the 2-month membership. Good evening to you.
It's sort of heartbreaking, isn't it? You know, all I saw was a concern for her 3 children. That's all I saw.
That's all you saw in her broadcast, because you deliberately didn't see the bit where she was clearly quite angry. It was subtext. Maybe you don't see subtext because you're not very smart.
And admiration of her husband. That's all I saw in that.
Try and tell the audience, try and convince your audience of 3 that she wasn't cross at people like you.
See any anger online or?
Yeah, you didn't see any anger online. We all know what you've done, Alan. You know what you've done. TikTok knows what you've done. We all know what you've done. You've done it again. You don't care who you hurt as your steamroller of I need grifting money on the internet rolls on. It's Malta coming up. This has scuppered Malta for him, hasn't it? He's still going to go. He will be in Malta. We can all sort of guarantee that. I am severely considering going myself this year. He will be in Malta. He just needed money for it. And this was a big grift on the light. This was his push for Malta. He was going to ride Kate and her conspiracies all the way to Malta. Well, now he can't. It's coming up. It's on April the 3rd. Malta is the Battle of Malta Poker. He loves going, doesn't he? I think this year, more than ever, everyone there. I'm going to make a special video about Alan and his behaviour with children. It's not just going to be the one thing. I'm going to put it all together in a special video. That's going to come up on Battery Exhausted before the Malta thing, so that everybody in Malta has a chance to see it, so that everybody's inbox can receive, not from me, I'm not going to be, you know, harassing people, but I'm going to put it out there, and if, you know, people share that video, then that Malta, Alan's adventures with children can be a major. Maybe I should organise. Maybe I should book a cinema screening in the casino. Maybe I should do that. I wonder if they'd do that for me. So yeah, we've got ideas, we've got thoughts, but ultimately it's very important to me that everyone knows exactly what this man's like, because this has been a real sort of microcosm. The last 4 days have been a real microcosm of Alan's disgusting behaviour.
What's been said and what hasn't been said.
And you all know it. So that's coming up after this episode. And instead of having to focus on all the horrors of the world, we can focus on some of the horrors of the world instead.
Too weird. Happy Halloween.
Yeah? What's this bit? Well, hang on, wait, I can't see the words because of the way YouTube presents shorts and the words in front of it. Big regrets. What do you mean, big regrets? This is our thumbnail for the day. What do you mean by big regrets? What have I done? Big regrets. Did you have trouble getting that off your face? That's dough, isn't it? It is, isn't it? It's dough. It's not dough, is it? You haven't got all dough in your beard. I suppose it'll come off, won't it? Have you cut yourself? Trying to scrub it off? What's happened? That's worse than the Halloween costume, to be honest, isn't it? Like, the Halloween costume itself with the cellophane and all that. That was one thing. But the final result, when you wake up the next morning, you know, I've woken up with a bit of kebab on my face before. I've woken up with more than kebab on my face. Whee! I've woken up with a ladies on my face. No, I've woken up with a kebab on my face before, but no, I'm telling you, this is dough. I know it's dough. Oh, he's put red on it. No, wait, he's put his own red on there, hasn't he? That's red. He's put that on himself.
Halloween, everybody. Don't forget, have a great time. Try not to be too weird.
He's done the transition. The transition's all right. I noticed the costume is Nicola Bulley's coat and like a big wig with the face thing. Oh, you can't read what it says. You can't read what it says underneath. It says, "I will be something said." Is it punished? I will be. Oh, it will be fun, they said. It will be fun, they said. He's wearing a lady's hat. What's with the lady's clothes? And the moustache. That's his own moustache, I think. Is it? I can't tell these days what people are doing. He's gone out dressed like that, yeah? Oh, he's outdoors in that picture, I think. He's outdoors in that picture, I think. I mean, it's a look, isn't it? It's a choice. It's not just like that over here. Like, it's not all shorts like that. No, there's more normal
Ready-made
shorts.
homeless cups. Good
Ready-made homeless cups.
morning, everybody.
Wait a minute. I wanted to show you something as well. I like this.
Interview I did. Eamon Holmes did an interview with Eamon.
Big up Eamon Holmes.
Big up Eamon Holmes. Big up. It's one of my favourites, this. And my favourite thing about... I'm going to cut a video about this. It's going to drop on the channel, so I'm not going to talk too much about this now. But I love how angry Charlie is when he says, big up Eamon Holmes.
Eamon Holmes did an interview with Eamon.
Big up Eamon Holmes. Big up.
Don't interrupt me with that Eamon Holmes shit. Fucking hell.
So I'm just on my way back from Wales on the train. That's why you can hear the annoying tannoy in the background. Alright, give it a rest.
It's not a tannoy. Tannoy is a brand name. It's a public address system.
So I thought I'd grab myself a lot of coffee to keep the cobwebs at bay. A little bit tired this morning.
Sounds good.
If you didn't have a clue about how bad the homeless problem is
Yeah.
in this country, well, the manufacturers of this coffee do. Now this is bonkers what I'm going to show you. I don't know how I feel about it.
11:26 Avanti West Coast.
The cup says change please. And he says the homeless cup in the title of the short. Change please.
Ready-made homeless cups saying change please on. A cup that's just tailor-made for the homeless.
No. My guess. It's not a guess because I've already looked it up. There you knocking things off. Now we've got messing. What's wrong with Paimon? We love Paimon. You've knocked her off. My guess with this, and it's not just a guess, I've already looked it up, is that, and it was a guess initially, but we've already looked it up, is that Change Please is an organisation, like a charity, and they're looking for change. They want change. And it's like a play on words, a pun, isn't it? Because homeless people shake a cup and ask for change please, but they want real change. And so by providing the profits from the coffee to a homeless charity, or by being a homeless charity that sells coffee in order to help the homeless, a better way to say it, they enact change. So by buying the coffee, you're helping the homeless. This cup is not so you can drink your coffee and then beg for 50p. That's not what the cup's for. I'll just show you quickly. Google change please coffee homeless campaign, just quickly for you. Change Please has been fighting homelessness since 2015. Change Please has been fighting homelessness by selling award-winning great tasting coffee. 100% of our profits goes into giving people experiencing homeless a living wage job, housing, training and awards opportunities, a fresh shot at life. That sounds good. It's not a begging cup. You've got that wrong. You should probably check things out a bit more carefully before you fucking put them on the internet. Especially if you, when you bought that coffee, my guess is, it's just a guess again this time, this is just a guess, but my guess is there would have been some literature about the charity where you can buy the coffee. It can't just be that just give out cups and just hope people cotton on. Surely there'd be like a little thing about the coffee. This coffee goes towards helping the homeless or something, wouldn't there?
What do people think about that?
I think that you're stupid.
I find it absolutely bonkers. There you go. The homelessness problem.
Stupid's fine, but when you start videoing it and putting it on the internet, I will be enjoying watching it. That's all. Sorry.
Ready-made homeless cups.
Ready-made homeless cups.
Ready-made. Good afternoon. Good morning. It's morning. Good morning, fellow humans.
I'd start again. If it was me, I'd start again. Good afternoon. It's fucking morning. Fuck. You've only got... It's a short. You've only got a short space of time to do your short, and you've got to impress upon the people, like, that you're... You know, I wouldn't... If I'd fucked it up, like, literally in the first words, I would definitely start again. Where's he got the oversized glasses from?
Ready? Good afternoon. Good morning. It's morning. Good morning, fellow humans. So, I'm going to be doing...
Hello, fellow humans.
A interview very soon.
Yeah.
With a homeless man.
Right, John Wedger did eventually do the interview, didn't he? But I don't think he is homeless. He just walks the streets looking for prostitutes.
Now, this interview, it's not about me feeding him some food and making a video out of it. So
no, that would be awful, wouldn't it?
I'll get some likes and some hits. It's not about that. I'm going to be interviewing the homeless person to show that they are human.
Right. I won't need that. I'm all right with knowing that they're human. I've already worked that one out. Fellow humans.
That they've got a backstory. Show that they might have a degree, they might have kids, they might have a business which folded under circumstances. But I'm going to be digging into breaking the stereotype of who these people are, because they are humans with a story. So subscribe to the channel, because that's going to be coming up very soon, and we're going to see a different light to homeless people. Never happened, unless he means John Wedger. And showing that they may have achieved more than a lot of us. And
well, they might have achieved more than you, yeah. Certainly, if I saw someone in the street with all that shit on their face from the pizza dough, then I would probably think that they need help. Where's the rest of the pizza dough video? I'm sure there was, another part to the pizza dough video. We did review his shorts on TikTok once. On Twitch. There's so many platforms in my mind now, I can't get all the names right. On Twitch, we reviewed them on Twitch just to make sure we'd looked at them all. You're right, you, little Finn. You're making a funny noise. We reviewed them all. This is a good one. Oosh. I do apologise, you didn't get to see that properly. This is labelled Muckhack. Muckhack how? Wow, who knew this? McDonald's food hacks for your page, chef tips. Now let me tell you, this is not a hack, right? And I did know this. I don't consider it a hack. Look, watch. What we're doing is we're taking the little totty. A lot of you will have seen this. You take the little totty and you pull it apart, right? And then that opens it out and it widens it out. And the benefit to that is, I don't know. Some people think you can fit more in it. maybe it increases the volume, but since you're allowed as much of that sauce as you can squeeze out of the fucking thing, and there's loads of totties, we're not going to save the world in terms of recycling by using one less totty. You can literally use 2 totties. You can have several totties. You can keep going back for more totties, right? So you could maybe increase the volume, but I don't think Luke's trying to teach us that because he hasn't filled... He's doing it after he's filled it up. I would have taken the thing and stretched it out and then put the sauce. But what Luke's done is he's put the sauce and then with his hands now, thumbs in the sauce, he's going to stretch that out. And this is a hack. Muck hack. So he's now able to dip the burger in the sauce. Here's a muck hack for you. Take the sauce and apply it to the burger. Lift the lid of the burger and apply the sauce evenly and distribute it. If you like sauce on your burger, that's fine. Put the sauce, it's quite common to put the sauce on the burger. Dipping is also acceptable. I won't critique it that much. But it's not a hack to dip your burger in a totty of sauce that you've loosely fucking roughly opened up a bit. And if you want more sauce in that totty, get 2 totties. I will refuse this one. I'm saying it's not a hack. Have you seen the magic egg?
Cooking breakfast on a Sunday morning? Well, this egg is guaranteed to get you laid.
Is there enough oil in the pan? Is my first question. My first question is, have you got enough oil in the pan? Because I'm not sure that you've got enough oil in the pan to fully deep fry the egg.
Crack into a pan, let that cook, and then...
That's cooked. Looks really cooked on the one side, not so much on the other.
Remove and put onto a raised surface so you can access it.
Get it on a raised surface, so he's put it on, bear in mind, he's put it on the other side of the plate. If you put it on the normal side of the plate, this won't work because the really hot dripping fat grease tray from the chip pan will not fit because the lip of the plate will stop it. So put it on the other side of the plate first.
Get yourself a hot fryer basket.
Yeah, get yourself a hot fryer basket, which if you are cooking breakfast on a Sunday morning, what the fuck are you doing with a hot fryer basket in 2024? I know people still use them and all this, but we've got air fryers now, haven't we? It's the new thing. You do not get yourself a hot fryer basket as you're cooking Sunday breakfast. Even the colloquial traditional British, frying pan, all the non-vegan stuff. But that doesn't involve a fryer basket.
And brand that egg.
Brand the egg. Squish it on it.
There you have it. The magic egg.
It's not magic. It's a load of shit. More washing up, I'll say. With the inverted plate, that's going in the washing. The magic egg. That can go in the bin. Right.
Alright.
Alright.
We're gonna have a little chat.
We're gonna have a little chat.
You really
Is he on fire?
need to stop caring about what people think.
What happened? Why are you on fire?
Stop caring about what people think about you.
Are you smoking?
You'll change your life this year.
I think you clearly don't. Well, it's really weird because you seem to not care what people think about you because you go around like a massive twat. But on the other hand, I think you really care what people think about you because you spend fucking ages making loads of YouTube videos trying to pretend to be something that you're not. And also you buy YouTube subscribers to make yourself look good.
You're probably empathic.
You're probably
You
empathic.
came across this message. Tired about what's going on in the world.
Nobody moves their mouth around like that when they talk. Tired what's going on in the world. He's seen too many movies, this one. He's like
Moving
Alan.
forward.
He's like Alan. He's got his conception of socialisation through the movies and TV, and it's fucked his brain.
You need to start living your life, not caring about what people think about you. The energies are very high right now, and you're going to get yourself sick.
How does he know who I am and what I'm going through? This video's for YouTube. Who are you talking to?
If you sit there and you worry about what people think about you.
Well, that's general, yeah. If you sit there and just sit and worry about what people think about you, you're going to get sick. But also, you need a conception of what society thinks and what other people think. Like, it's really good to have friends to say to you, oh, do you know what? I wouldn't quite, do you know, I wouldn't go with that set of sunglasses with that jacket. And you're like, what? The giant oversized sunglasses? But they're balmy. I love them. They're great, aren't they? And they say, yeah, but come on. You know, we let you wear them at the beach, but not tonight. Not tonight. You need your friends to sort of just say to you, you know, calmly and quietly sometimes, a nice little word in your ear. This is going a bit far. This is Alan's problem as well, isn't it? He's got no, you know, no one can control him or like tell him. He just, you know. But yeah, at the same time, you know, don't care what people think. I don't care what they say, not about it anyway, cause it's all about the man in me. I need a freak in the morning, freak in the evening, just like me. I need a young hot Simcast to satisfy me.
Ignore people after identification.
What? Ignore people after identification? I don't know what that even... What? What? That sounds like a slogan for, like, fascism of the future. Sounds like an instruction that I should get on the tube where I'm not allowed to talk to people in the fascist future. Ignore people after identification. Step onto the track. Sorry, step off the track and onto the train. Do as you're told.
You really have to fine-tune your senses.
Yeah.
And you're going to come across a lot of...
I'm going to come across something later on. It's not going to be you.
Different people. You might come across them on...
Well, in my life, it's more likely to be. Don't start me on this. Don't start me on this. Bag of cheese and onion crisps. Fucking pathetic sex life I've got at the moment. More likely to come across a bag of cheese and onion crisps.
The internet, or you might come across them in your everyday life.
Who are we coming across now?
Really important. Swiftly. After identification, if you know that someone is of a lower vibrational frequency, if you know someone probably doesn't have your best interest in mind, if you kind of pick up on those narcissistic vibes.
That's you. You're a narcissist. You fucking mentalist. I can't believe it. Like, have you ever seen someone present more clearly narcissistically than this man? And he's in here saying, oh, if you pick up on bad vibes, get rid of them out of your life, ignore them. Probably the best person to talk to is him and no one. Get rid of anyone that contradicts all this nonsense. Hey, I think I'm going to space when the world splits apart and I'm in the high vibration crew. Yeah, do you want to come and help me with the shopping? I think we could have a talk while we're going around the supermarket. No, ignore you. Identify and ignore. Get rid of you.
You really have to give 0. Keep moving and stop caring about what people think. Societal norms? Are you worried about societal norms right now?
Well, you kind of should be a little bit, because that's society. Like, if you're going against them, then you're on your way to becoming a deviant. There are some norms that are designed to be broken. Of course, that's how society progresses and moves. But he's laughing because he knows this is his grift and it's a stupid lie. What he's saying is, what we're talking is nonsense. So it's non-normative, isn't it? It's outside the societal norms. So if you don't agree with it, then you're part of normal society, yeah? So get out of normal society, move away from the comfort zone of people that can help you, and into my silly trap.
We're moving at the speed of light.
And that was a fake laugh. Look at him. See this? This is a wrestler promo. Do you remember WWE wrestlers? Right? And the way they go on. This would probably get me copyright hard up the whammer. Hulk Hogan promo. I don't want the one where he says the N-word. I just want a bit of Hulk Hogan, but it'll probably get me copyrights up the whammer.
Defending, but there are those right now.
See all the face expressions.
Whether you can withstand the big man.
See all the...
I don't care about those
Royal
people, man. I don't care about those people that aren't.
See how he's like overacting it? He's like insane and he's overacting it, and it's all this like facial expressions and like when you're a kid and you watch this wrestling, you might think it's real, and you might actually think this is a role model in some way. Like all the wrestlers, all the whole goings on, it's all a pantomime, and they up and overact it. And I think this also happens quite strongly in America as well. No offense, America, if you're watching, but I think the quality of the acting and the quality of the like sort of daytime mainstream TV through the 80s and 90s was kind of low. But if you sat in front of it and thought that's how people behave, you know, Joey from Friends and like Chandler, and like, you know, then you might take on these mannerisms as if they're a way to behave because you think that's what people do. And talking about societal norms and stuff, like he doesn't understand these things happen subconsciously anyway. So you can't sort of sit there and go, right, today I'm going to completely reject all societal norms. Watch me not behave with those societal norms. In fact, I'm not going to smile at people when they smile at me. I'm going to make a frown because that's different to societal norms. Like, you know, you can't consciously do it. You do it naturally. You smile at people, you wave, or, you know, little things, societal norms. So like he has brought his norms, his like worldview, his framework from the tellies and it makes him into a nutter.
Societal norms right now. We're moving at the speed of life.
We're moving at the speed of life. That's a good one.
Things are happening so fast. You can't be
fast. Depends how fast your life moves.
Worried about societal norms, trying to fit in. Oh, I have to meet a deadline. I have to do this in my life. Otherwise, what will my friends think? What will other people think? Who cares?
Well, some of it you care, like this is too broad. Some of it you care about and some of it you don't. Like some of it you have to make your own roads, you have to make your own way. And if you've got people trying to drag you down, that's, oh, you know, go your own way. Let's make, you know, punk rock, let's do it. But if you're out in the street naked, yelling about stuff, and the neighbours come and say, I've got you a cup of tea, could you mind putting this blanket on? Fuck your societal norms. I want me winky out. I'm societal non-normative. Look at me fucking. Why am I Manchester tonight? Big up Steve the Dead if he's listening. I'm not anti-Manchester. Societal norms.
About what they think.
Simon Marks just wins comments. Gareth Southgate's alter ego.
You. When I go about my journey, I could wipe my rear end with what anyone thinks about me.
So
and that's how you
what the fuck are you doing on YouTube trying to convince people you're some smart chuffer then?
Need to move forward.
You would think that social media wasn't a place for people who didn't care at all about what people think about them. Or maybe, I don't know. Like you seem to be videoing yourself a lot.
Stop caring about what people think about you. You will lose yourself.
You don't have a self.
Chasing. We all know about the Matrix. We know how this reality...
The Matrix?
The modern society, how it's built. You will lose yourself chasing. Maybe there's a narcissistic Jezebel.
A narcissistic Jezebel. Big ups Red Fan, you narcissistic Jezebel. Big ups Red Fan, you narcissistic Jezebel. Come on, Buttons, I'm pressing you.
I can say whatever the fuck I want, and you like it. Or you shut the fuck up.
Thank you very much, Red Fan.
Let go and fearless, we came to take well. Follow ladies. I want ladies. Super ladies. Nurture.
I got to push on because I want my next premiere to start in half an hour.
I want you to chase her around. You want to chase her around?
You want to chase her around, that narcissistic Jezebel? That's a bad idea, generally. Chasing people around. Much easier to lay a tripwire, lie in wait, chasing them around. What are you on? What are you on? What are you on? What have you fed him? What are you on? What are you ladies on? What are you on?
You're going to lose yourself chasing people around. Maybe you have a narcissistic boss at work.
Boss.
Get you to jump through hoops.
Boss, boss, I'm at work and you're being a narcissist. Well, shut the fuck up. I'm the boss. I'm supposed to be a fucking narcissist. I want you to give him 2 lead shoes and put him in the fucking river. He's not a fucking funny man no more. He called me a fucking narcissist. I don't even take that as a joke. He ain't funny. Who's funny? You're not funny. I'm not funny. Get him in the fucking river, boss.
For the money, it's kind of like that That Geico guy. Remember the Geico guy with the fishing rod? Oh, oh. You better
What?
be quicker than that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up.
Right? What, you mean we're going to stop watching your video now and go and look up something on YouTube?
But if you start chasing around, jumping through hoops, chasing after a job, chasing after a girl, you're going to lose yourself.
What? Chasing's one... I mean, it's just so vague. Chasing a job. What? Working hard to work on your career. Like, that's not... It's generally seen as a societal positive to chase jobs. I mean, I don't know. It's just the language you're using, isn't it? This is where we're outside the societal norms again, isn't it? So what we're saying is, it's time for you to quit your job. Okay? Get that done. Fucking deadlines. Fuck that off immediately. Stop caring what people think about the fact that you've quit your job. Don't worry about the bills. They'll sort themselves out when you stop giving a fuck. Get yourself a really big pot of gel or jam or jelly or something and put it in your hair. Because you don't give a fuck what people think.
Stop caring.
You want to get one of those beard fillers, like he's got like a dark pen to fill in segments of his beard. Get yourself one of those dark pen beard filler marker things that they sell. Get yourself that beard filler. You don't give a fuck what people think.
About what other people think about you.
Make sure you've waxed your inner eyebrow there. Forget about the inner light for a minute and wax the inner eyebrow, because otherwise, you know, you might start caring what people think about it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Is he wearing makeup around the eyes?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got no time for that. Are you reading off a script written in the 1940s cinema style? Like, what's happening?
And you're a chosen one. You hear?
I am the chosen one.
You're destined for greatness.
I'm destined
for
greatness.
And when you sit there and you start being afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Oh, what will they think about me? You get yourself sick.
Sick. Ugh.
You start wasting your life force energy.
Wasting it, sat there worrying about what people think about me. I mean, in a way, I kind of agree with that as a general, you know, it's like basically saying, you know, be yourself, don't worry about stuff and all that. Yeah, good. Like, I don't think you can build a sort of 10-minute YouTube video just sort of saying it over and over again. I think that's a bit like surface level, and you're looking to try and style yourself as quite a deep chuffer, but there is no depth, is there? There's nothing there, is there?
You are wind up living somebody else's life. Every action that you take is going to be focused because of what somebody else thought about you. Stop caring about what other people think about you.
Did you have problems with did your parents tell you what they wanted you to do all the time?
Be yourself and don't be afraid to try.
We've covered be yourself. We've done that now.
Great people that came before us tried brand new things. And you might be on your journey and you say, you know what, I want to try something new. I want to eat something different. Maybe want to change up your diet. Oh,
don't give a fuck what people say. If you want to have a fucking kebab, you have a kebab. And if you prefer a jalfrezi, have a jalfrezi. Do not give a fuck what people think. Nobody's out there food shape, well, other than like what we look at with the narcissistic food eaters on the internet. Nobody generally is out there food shaming people. Like when I go for a meal with my friends, yeah, I have what the fuck I want off that menu. I don't ever feel like ashamed of my food choice. You eat what the fuck you like. If you want to start eating different food, you eat different food.
But what will these people think about me? Oh, you want to try dating someone new? You want to try a new job? Heck, you might want to move.
Obviously, if you've got a girlfriend or boyfriend or significant other, like, you know, don't necessarily take that advice.
Move somewhere, try out something new. Don't be afraid to try, because life is about trial and error. And there's
okay, that's slightly different from what you were saying earlier. This is a new point now. Don't be afraid to try new things. So again, it's part of this grift. It looks benign. It looks simple and benign, but really what he's saying to people is abandon all your friends and family, get out of societal norms, get rid of all that. So all your structures, frameworks and all that, abandon all that. And now you've got to start trying new things. Well, I wonder what new things I could start trying. Have you got any ideas? Yeah, he's probably got like a lot of ideas, hasn't he? Like about how to follow him and help him by giving him money. And does he even sell a book or whatever? Does he sell? Oh, if you want to support him, do PayPal or buy him a coffee. You should subscribe to his Twitter. He's not smart enough to have done a book or something to go along with it. He's getting them off the social and into the confusing part, but he hasn't then capitalised on it properly. Not like Ella Ringrose with the wealth codes.
There's people out there that are much weaker than you. And once you are raising your vibrational frequency, they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that you're strong. They don't like that you think for yourself. So they might have comments for you.
Comments? Is this about comments? You're right, Charles. You're right. Why are you doing this huffy puffing?
Might gaslight you. They might shame you. Stop caring about what other people think about you and start focusing on yourself. This world that we live in, there's so many distractions. There are so many pitfalls. And the only way that we could stop ourselves is if we care about what other people think. You know, right now I'm hanging out with you guys tonight. I got this beautiful pink shirt on. And some people, oh, he's wearing a pink shirt, right? Something silly like that, right? Just giving you an example. Maybe I like this shirt.
Shirt's not pink.
You like my shirt? Let me know.
It's not that pink. It's not that pink. And are we saying that you don't know? I mean, pink. We talk. I suppose. Not care. Probably this doesn't land properly on me because I dress like a fucking lunatic. So like, this probably doesn't land properly on me, does it? Like pink shirt. Oh no, a pink shirt. Do what you like. Ah, it's a modern world, 2024. I've got a pink shirt. A pink shirt. Oh, mate. Live a little.
You got to stop caring.
Maybe he's wearing other things that we don't know about, though. Maybe there's other... I mean, again, not going to shame him for that. You know, if he wants to wear pink underwear as well, that's up to him.
About what people think about you. Wear the clothes that you want to wear. I see all different people rocking it. Rock the clothes you want to wear. Express yourself how you want to express yourself.
Right, so this video is made mainly for people who feel that they can't choose their own wardrobe.
You see this long hair here? Oh, yeah. Some people might not. Oh, why don't you...
Oh, yeah.
yourself how you want to express yourself.
I mean, these are good nutters. That like...
You see this long hair here? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some people...
Oh, yeah. We love a bit of oh, yeah. Classic Alan, that is. Alan did oh, yeah, when he's doing his singing, doesn't he?
Express yourself. You see this long hair here? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Express yourself.
Oh, yeah. Don't feel bad. Listen, if you want to oh, yeah, you oh, yeah. All right? Oh, yeah, your fucking heart out. But if you've got mates, they'll refer to it as like the oh, yeah-ing, and they'll oh, yeah at you, and it'll become a funny meme. And you'll realise that the social control of like social pressure, sometimes it's not beneficial and bullying bad or whatever, yeah, but sometimes it just helps you to not look like a dick in public amongst all your mates, and it helps. It's good. It's nice to have a little bit of keep you on the rails sometimes, you know, advice, opinions. I do it a lot. I've got friends around the world these days because of the internet, right? And sometimes if I need an opinion on something, I'll go to somebody who's quite different from the group of people and the ideas that I'm thinking of, so that I can reach outside of a sort of zone of like so that I get a really fresh and independent idea, like perspective on it. What do you think about me saying this on the internet? Random friend from somewhere else, and they say, oh, what did I? And I think, well, I didn't think of that, you know. So you could, it's not being afraid as well. It's also nice to refer to what other people say and think. Like, it's nice to take other people's opinions on board. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. You know, it's about being a balanced. If you literally will never listen to anyone and will only ever follow your heart and your mind and your, like, that's good, and it's a nice idea. It's a very strong as well. It's a very strong capitalist idea. I don't know if he knows this. It's a very strong sort of capitalist idea that you are an individual separate from society. And the truth is, we're all very similar, really. You know, our ideas are quite similar often. The things we want in life are quite similar to the people that next door and other people. We might have different hobbies and pursuits, but, you know, we're human and there's a lot of stuff that brings us together and we're quite similar. So, like, just going your own way and keeping your head in the sand and not thinking about anyone else and just doing it your way, that can be good, but then you're not ever learning off anyone and you're not ever learning, like, the only thing you can ever learn from, as he described, is trial and error, your mistakes. But you don't have to just learn from mistakes. You can learn from other people's mistakes and teachings and learning, so you don't have to make the mistakes. So it can actually be good to be open-minded to other people's advice. And you're saying all this on the internet, you're telling people what to do. They have to listen to you in order to reject other people's opinions and ideas. But that's your opinion and idea about what to do. So there are, like, some philosophical flaws in the way he's describing this, because otherwise what it could lead to is being you in your room with your lights and your blinds and your hair and your pink shirt. Like,
You see this long hair here? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like a creepy sort of... it's like a jobbing actor has been asked to play Russell Brand in the story of his life, but he's never really seen Russell Brand. People have told him what Russell Brand's like, so he's decided to like have a pop at doing a Russell Brand at drama school. It's not gone very well.
Some people might not... Oh, why don't you cut your hair off? Oh, maybe you'll find someone if you cut your hair off.
Maybe... Who said that to him? Maybe you'll find a girlfriend if you cut your hair off. No, it's not about the hair. It's about the personality. But this doesn't help because it looks like a long, lank, gelled... Like, it doesn't look the way he feels it looks. Like, he thinks he looks like Jesus just come out the sea with these, like... It doesn't look like that. It looks like lank, greasy, thinning... Like, maybe it would help, like, if your appearance was slightly different. But the problem is once you've jumped the boundary of someone is interested in me because they're not repelled by how I look, then you've got into the deep water of now they have to find out about my personality, and now you're in trouble.
You gotta be yourself, kid. You know, men aren't supposed to have long hair. Men are supposed to have short hair. Yeah, men have to have short hair, shave the hair off, right? So you don't think for yourself. These are actually antennas, right? Some of you know about this. That's why when you go in the army, they shave the head so you listen to orders. Not saying if you want to...
All right.
Cut your hair off, you could do that. I'm just making a point. You know what I mean? People will gaslight you. I'll rock whatever I want to rock. I'll rock the pink shirt. I'll rock the long hair because I give zero and I really don't give a shift. You have to master the art of not giving a shift. If you want to succeed in life, that's just the way of the world right now. When I peel back, when I don't get distracted and I hold my energy and everything is accountable for, I'm not putting my attention on narcissists. I'm not putting my attention on programs that don't serve my greatest purpose. And I take out the accountability mirror and I continue to remove things that might drain my energy. Anytime that I say to myself, well, you know, maybe I'm doing this, maybe I'm doing that just because somebody else might not like it. Stop caring about what other people think about you. And then, Light Warrior, you will become the person that you came here to be. If this message resonates with you, please hit the like button. Please share this message because a lot of people are suffering in silence. And if I got to be the one to say it, I'll be the one to say it. Stop caring about what other people think. You came here to live your life and you're destined for greatness. And if you want greatness this year, show up every day, focus on becoming 1% better every day. You don't have to be perfect. And by the end of this year, you're going to be a brand new person living a brand new life. And there's going to be people, things, and situations that...
Sorry, I missed a little bit of that because I've got friends, people in the house. So
disappeared from your life. Stop caring about what lower vibrations care about you. Stop caring what anyone else thinks about you. Focus on yourself and Almighty God.
And Almighty God. Is that the message from God? God's come into this now.
And nothing else matters. Embody the power of Christ. That is the...
Christ? And lo, Jesus said, don't give a fuck about other people. Focus on yourself. Jesus? You're going to bring Jesus into this. And the meek shall inherit the earth. But they'll have to wait a long time because till everyone else has had their go on it first. Give it for me first. The meek can have it later. Focus on yourself. The meek shall inherit the earth when everyone else is done with it. That's brilliant. That is really... That's something else. That's something that I've not... I've never heard someone say. Focus in the same breath as well. Focus on yourself and... and also... So focus on yourself and also... Jesus is good. What's this now?
Today, but rather than using sunflower oil or veg oil, I am going to use this hack. Get some chicken thighs and remove the skin. The 6 chicken thighs I've got, 6 loads of skin. On a very, very low heat, we're going to render that skin down and we're going to release all the fat, all of the natural oil.
And then what you're going to do is take it and throw it all in the bin and cook the chicken without the skin so it's got less fat. Aren't you? These days, vegan here, this looks pretty horrible to me as a whole concept. I'm probably going to go and just not eat the animals because they look like dead animals to me. But
I'm going to cook with that. As long as it stays on a low heat, the chicken fat will render out and it will not burn. Always keep it nice and low. It's getting nice and crispy now. When it's nice and crispy, there's nothing much left. You can take out the chicken skin, drain it off.
I mean, I will say when I used to cook, I did used to eat chicken skin like that and like render the fat myself. I did, but it is not healthy. In a 2024 food hack, it is not.
Put it to the side to cool down and get it in the bin. And look at all...
He's going to throw that in the bin. He's not going to eat that crispy or give it to the dog.
This organic, natural chicken oil.
Organic.
I'm going to use this to...
You're going to use that to cook the chicken. So that's like... It just goes against... These days, you probably want to just grill the chicken and have it healthy, but yeah, okay. If you like. Have you had trouble cutting a carrot? Have you ever had trouble cutting a carrot? Do you remember the last time you had trouble cutting a carrot?
The humble carrot. Hard and unstable, they can blunt your knives and cause an accident when chopping.
They can blunt your knives and cause an accident when chopping.
Mukbang.
Cheeseburger challenges.
They can blunt your knives.
Save your fingers and save your knives. Now here's some typical sharp knives.
These are knives. Recognise them. Let's move on.
Found in the drawer. Now normally I would have one hand holding the carrot, but it's...
Normally I would hold the carrot, but I'm making a video, so it's impossible.
Only me filming, and we all know they still rock and roll around like this. They can be so dangerous to chop.
Dangerous. I've always thought, keep me out of that kitchen when you've got the carrots on.
But here's a hack. Boil yourself a pan of water, carefully put your raw carrots in, and cook for 20 minutes.
Cook the carrots.
Cool them down, and drain. Now to show you how easy this is, I've got myself a butter knife. And look, like a knife through butter, it just glides through.
The carrots are easier to cut when they're cooked. Wait. Does this apply for most foods? Should I be doing this with my potatoes as well? Does this apply to it?
Great for bulk food prep, preparing a dinner in advance, or if you simply don't want to cook yourself. Store in the fridge and refresh in boiling water when needed.
Because they're now cold. Is there anyone in chat today who literally thought, like, I've been in the kitchen and thought, this carrot is a fucking nightmare. This carrot is really causing me trouble. To be honest, I'm not putting carrots in the cooking anymore. They're too dangerous. We'll have frozen peas, sprouts whole sprouts, and kale. Kale comes in small parts. You can get pre-chopped. This is why the supermarkets have started chopping the vegetables. It's to save your fingers. Carrots, cook them, then cut them. Saved, lifesaver, saved, hack, saved, solved. What's this now?
So here's a little hack for you.
Here's a little hack for you. The beans are in the pan. So first of all, I need to know. We're going to have to do a poll. It's time for a poll. Could I do any more gifted memberships this month? I've done them all. It's time for a poll. Let's do a poll. Engage with my audience. Start a poll. Beans. Do they go in the microwave? Has anyone got any other suggestions as to where you might cook them? Microwave or pan? Open brackets, hob. Has anyone got any other suggestions on how they cook the beans before I just seal it as just 2 suggestions? What do you reckon? I'm just going to start the poll. I just need to know. Before we find out about this hack, I want to know. Because I put my beans... I'm not going to tell you, actually. I want you to... Well, he's got his in the pan, so I'm going to give a counterpoint, I suppose. I put mine in the microwave. I put them in a like microwavable dish, possibly the same food dish I'm going to eat from. Like if I know I'm going to make a dinner and I'm going to like have beans, I might consider putting the beans in a bowl, microwaving them, and putting the rest of my dinner in the hot bowl with the microwave. I know that sounds a bit strange, but like because I've already got one bowl on the go and it's going in the microwave. So, but a lot of you are saying actually the poll is fairly even. Look, this is fair enough. I'm not going to slate the pan then. I'm not going to slate it. But me personally, I wouldn't be getting a pan and washing it and fucking about for beans. Like if I was doing a lot of beans for a lot of people and there was other things going on the hob, I might consider it. But to be honest, no, I'm always that's the microwave for the beans for me, and they get nice and hot and they're beans. I don't know, but David Welling said barbecue. I suppose it's potentially possible. You could put some tinfoil down or something. They are a cowboy food, aren't they? Well, they're not. They're British. I'm going to have to do a video about beans one day. No one will surpass it. I don't care if anyone else does one. I'm doing one. If Luke steals the idea, I don't care. I'm still going to do a better one. One day. Me and Steve will do it together. We'll work on that on the back burner. So I'm going to end the poll, but I'm surprised. You know, I'm really surprised. A lot of you have selected hob. A lot of you selected hob. I'm intrigued to see it, like, and to know, because I think I might start trying it at home and seeing if the hob's any better. But what I feel is that I'm going to end up with a bigger washing up hassle, really, and that's why I'm not going for the hob. But Linda says she doesn't own a microwave, so fair enough.
Something cooking in a pan and you're stirring it with a spoon.
Right.
And you need to put the spoon down somewhere.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put it? You don't want to put it there.
I sometimes put it in like a little cup. Or like if I'm doing a lot of cooking and I've got a lot of utensils, like we're doing like a Sunday dinner or something like that, I'll have like a little chopping board or a plate that I put all the utensils on as I'm using and working. So, but if it's just something like that, then I'll put it in a little cup maybe next to the. Is this a problem?
I'll get it all dirty, covered in bean juice. You don't want to put it on that nice clean chopping board. Did you know about this? Most pans have one of these. Bang.
Right, that's not a good idea. That little hole is to hang it up on. It's not really for this, although I've seen other people do this with big wooden spoons. I'll tell you why it's not a good idea, is because if it's over the heat, it might heat up. And then the next time you touch it, it might be hot. So you've got to be careful of that. It's going to be easy to knock off and mess about. Like if there's something on the, let's say the beans start to bubble up and you need to quickly move the pan. Now you've got the spoon in the way and you're going to knock it off, and like it might cause drips and it might cause more dirt and just like problems. It's going to drain the fluid back towards the handle of the. It's just, this isn't a hack. Use a cup. Big ups. You got more gifteds. Thank you, Red Fan.
There's too many fucking idiots.
Follow ladies. I want ladies. Super ladies. 하나, 둘, 셋.
Thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships, Red Fan. That's 10 tonight. That's banging. Say thank you in chat if you got a gift there. You should say thank you. You do say thank you because you're nice people.
Mukbangs.
Battery exhausted. I have no fucking clue what you're talking about or who you're talking to. That's the problem.
I'm on the internet talking about these nutters. Okay, tell me about ayahuasca.
7 to 8 months ago, and I did not feel that I was going to share this with the world. I didn't feel I was going to share my journey, my experience. But today I was really setting a meditation. I was listening to this beautiful soundtrack, which I'll link down below.
I question sometimes, right? Is she, like, because taking ayahuasca involves taking basically Class A drugs. It's DMT. I mean, I don't know if it is Class A, but it involves taking like a quite strong drug, really, doesn't it? So I wonder if it's the sort of thing that normies, well, she's not that normal, is she? But like people who don't take or haven't experimented with those sort of things can often be quite afraid of them. Fair enough. You know, no one's going to go out and just bang a pill and just be like, wait, this is just no worries. Like, let's just see what happens. Like, people might be quite worried about that. Certainly with ayahuasca as well. Like, taking DMT straight is, in my opinion, better because it's pure, so you know what you're getting. As long as it is, like, you're just messing with the one chemical. But ayahuasca brewed in the jungle like that, like many like remedies that have come from this, instead of filtered, like what they really want in that brewed stuff in the jungle is the DMT. But because it's not synthesized and processed, you get it in like this horrible soup with loads of other stuff in it. It might not be pure, there might be other intoxicants in it, so it might not be the best way to actually take it if you just want the effect of the DMT. Anyway, she's going to tell us that she's been on an ayahuasca trip. Now, for all these people that are doing this is quite big news, and it's quite a big special thing that you go on an ayahuasca trip. So I'm not going to say it's a good idea, though. I'll tell you for why. I know that how DMT works. I'm just going to tell it you. You can look it up if you want. Right? I haven't been asked to go and do all the research again. I've done it before. How DMT works is that it breaks your brain. People think that your pineal, this is a madness that these people think, is that your pineal gland gets calcified through fluoride and other stuff, and that you need to decalcify it. Now, the truth is your pineal gland in your brain does get calcified. It produces melatonin, and melatonin calcifies it. It ossifies it. It turns it to bone. Over the course of your life, like calcification might be the wrong sort of word, but it's our word, but it ossifies it. It turns it to bone. So the older you are, the more ossified, bonified your pineal gland is, simply by merit of it having produced this chemical over the process of your life that turns it to bone, right? I'll tell you about DMT in a second. So it's a natural process of aging. You know, we all age, and our bodies change when we age, and that's one of them. And the reason they found this sort of stuff out is through some quite horrible experiments, which I've looked into, where they have grafted the pineal glands from brains of animals onto, like, it's animal experiments they've done, and they've investigated the process and the action of this. So because of those experiments and those, and they also noted that the melatonin is used in the production of DMT in the brain. The chemicals that the pineal gland is involved with is also, like, the brain produces small amounts of DMT, dimethyltryptamine, I think it's something like that, dimethyltryptamine, and so it is a function in your brain that I think there is an idea that when you die, a lot of this chemical is released in your brain. So, like, people who are on this sort of trip, they're like, we're going to take this magic chemical in our brain and it's going to help us to, like, see beyond the curtain. And what happens when you smoke DMT or drink it in ayahuasca in this way, it was popularized because people went to the jungles of South America, discovered these tribes doing it, and they went and did this sort of, I'm in the tribe, I'll do some stuff, and they, like, brought it back to the West. And what it really is that the tribes are doing is this DMT, and that's what's in the ayahuasca. The ayahuasca is like a juice. They mix it from, like, leaves and stuff, and they all drink it in the tribe, and then they're all sick, and it's horrible, and it makes you feel sick and horrible, and then you go tripping. And when the ayahuasca gets through your system, it's toxic, but then when you start tripping off the DMT, when you smoke it, it's very quick. I haven't done it myself, but I've got friends who have, and what happens is you have a very quick hallucination, and suddenly you can be taken into this other dimension, so to speak. You see maybe a pyramid where you're moving towards this special, like, center of yourself in the universe. You have, like, this spiritual journey, and there's sometimes people describe clockwork elves, and a lot of the time people say they have similar visions and things. They all describe a sort of similar vision and idea, and I would argue that the reason they describe a similar vision and idea is because we're all humans. We all have the same sort of genetics, and we all have the same sort of genetic codes in our brains. Like, so, like, my computer might break down, and it might break down just like yours does. Do you know what I mean? Or my car might break down, and it might have a similar fault to yours, because that's how these things work. Is we all have similar sort of processes going on. So I think when we react to a narcotic like DMT, we all have a similar reaction to it because we're humans, and then that's a process that goes on in the brain, creates similar illusions. That's what I think anyway, right? What DMT actually does, because I investigated this, is it doesn't decalcify your pineal gland, right? Which is bizarre. And the people that talk about fluoride, I'll very quickly say, the reason there's not fluoride in the water in some places, they don't add it to the water, is because it's in the water already, in the water table, because fluorine and fluoride is a very common element. So it's like being scared of oxygen or carbon. Like, it's just fucking ridiculous. And it's good for your teeth to a certain degree, so it's in the water already. And then the places that don't have it in the water very much, in their water table, have it added. So there's an argument that, well, they don't add the fluoride to the water here, and people's teeth are really good. So explain that, and it's because there's already fluoride in the water, like fluoride, fluorine, and, like, it's as an elemental form. Obviously, there's different chemical compositions. You're not going to go want to, like, mess about with chemicals and create a sort of, like, you know, getting the wrong words with fluoride and fluorine might be a bad idea, and you're not going to want to drink it like pure, but it's an element, it's very abundant. So if you're into the earth and you're into earth magic and all this, you shouldn't be scared of the elements that are very abundant. It's one of the most abundant elements in our earth. So yeah, that's a weird one, and it doesn't calcify your brain. Okay, so what DMT will do, just getting straight, I need to clear this before we get into what she's going to say. What DMT will do, right, is they've studied it. It will, you know how your brain makes connections. So you've got like a neuron and a neuron, and between it there's like this magic connection, like an electrical. They send synapses. There's a connection. Your brain makes like literal connections between the neurons, like electrode wire connections, doesn't it? I'm not a neurologist, but you know what I mean. You've got the two neurons. They make connections. That's how you make thoughts. That's how you have ideas. That's how you create memories. What she's taking breaks those connections in your brain. So if, for example, you used to be scared of dogs, I don't know, you might have had a scary dog attack when you were a kid and it might have scared you. So you've made those connections in your brain. I'm scared of dogs. You smoke the DMT, if it acts on that bit of your brain, I don't know how they control which bit of the brain it acts on, whichever parts it acts on, it breaks the connections when it reaches them and stuff, yeah? So it'll break that connection. You're not scared of dogs anymore. In fact, you don't have an opinion on that fear of dogs at all. You've got to reconnect your ideas about what you think of dogs. It won't be your entire thought process about dogs is gone and you don't know what a dog is, but it'll be some feelings aren't as strong because you've broken some of the connections in your brain, yeah? And that's not necessarily a good thing. That's not necessarily a good thing, okay? That's not necessarily a good thing. It might feel at the end of a DMT session that you feel sort of new, refreshed. You've shaken off some of your old worries and some of your own old, you know, baggage, because you have, and you can't remember what you felt like before because you've broken a part of your brain, yeah? It's not heavy brain damage. It's not good. Like, if you do it enough, it will be. But some people might see it as a sort of, like, they're investigating now whether small doses of psilocybin, which is the trippy thing from mushrooms, or small doses of ketamine could actually help people with depression and other things like that. So there are ideas about it, and people can investigate it and go further in the medical world still. But just hammering some DMT or drinking ayahuasca where you can't tell how strong it is a bad idea for your brain, because you're not in control over which neurons you're breaking down. And so the people that go through it and advise it, they do feel refreshed and sort of renewed and have new ideas because of what I've just described. So it's not necessarily a good idea in my opinion. I'm not advising it, I'm not promoting it, okay? Let's hear what she's got to say. And bear in mind, this has all been massively popularised by Joe Rogan, who doesn't know much either, and had someone on his channel going on about calcified brains. And that guy was Dorian Yates, a bodybuilder who knows like little next to nothing about neurology and a lot about taking fucking loads of steroids. So
has a very ayahuasca energy to it. And I heard her voice very strongly say, you have to share this because it is going to meet a lot of people who need to hear this. So I'm going to be sharing. So
she thinks she's going to make an ayahuasca video and that's going to be good because it's going to be popular on YouTube. So I'm questioning even from the start whether she even really...
hard butter can be a real pain in the backside.
What?
Here's a little hack. It's just a potato peeler.
This just started.
Just take a potato peeler and just shave off some of that butter.
You can do that with a knife. Leave me alone, all right?
What I learned from ayahuasca, if you're debating taking ayahuasca, what ayahuasca is.
I really need to know if she's done it for real or if she's just lying. That's a big critical point to me. But if you're debating taking it, my advice is don't. Okay? Let's see what hers is.
And how it can benefit your life, because I see more and more that plant medicine is becoming more of a mainstream construct.
It's not plant medicine.
The keynote is the word medicine. I really want to express that this is not a recreational. I can't even say that word. I can't say that word. Recreational drug. There you go. It is
100% a recreational drug if you are taking it recreationally like you did. You can't say I'm using it as medicine because there is no doctor that's prescribing it to you.
Not a okay, I can't say the word. It's not a drug. It is medicine for the mind, the body, the soul. And when we really take a step back and we notice Earth right now, what is happening is the world is going.
It's a Jewish saying that chicken soup is the medicine for the soul, isn't it? That's like a Jewish saying. Not being anti-Jewish here, but like, you know, that's a saying, and she's just co-opted it for this.
through a great shift in consciousness. The world is awakening to who we are, that we are more than the constraints of our mind, we are more than what society has told us, we are bigger, we are larger, we are part of mass consciousness source. And so ayahuasca is a beautiful, high vibrational
You're fruity sauce, that's what you are.
Consciousness that is here to cleanse you, to heal you, because of everything in our reality, everything within us is pure consciousness. Everything in our life that we create is a stem of our consciousness within.
Well, not everything I create is a stem of my consciousness. Otherwise I wouldn't flush the toilet, would I? I'd keep all that. Luke made beans earlier, they're not a stem of his consciousness.
Our trauma, of our fears, our beliefs, our ancestral patterns, our DNA, our fears, all of these things are consciousness within us. And I believe ayahuasca is a divine feminine plant that can come in and release birth.
It's not a feminine plant. Plants have both male and feminine. Like, are we gendering plants really? But like plants. Is ayahuasca? Hang on. Why am I bothering with this? I don't need to know this, but ayahuasca plant gender. People are saying it's a feminine spirit. This is stupid. I mean, what I'm saying is plants have like pollinators, and I'm not even going to bother. Obviously, a plant has both male and female, like male. What now? These just started playing. When I changed the videos. That was from earlier. Big ups Minika. But I wanted the one for the start of the video. That I like that to start the video, but
burdens, shackles, pain that has been holding you back, show you who you really are and how you can heighten yourself to greater heights. So I'm going to be sharing you with my journey. So I felt the pull to ayahuasca for many, many years. I've been studying it for many years.
But of course you have, because you're into this nonsense and they all go on about it on the podcasts. It's like a rite of passage for being cool in this world, isn't it? It is. Let's be fair. Joe Rogan popularised it on, they talked about it, and then, are you into this trippy hippie stuff? Yeah. Have you done ayahuasca? No. Oh, I have. Oh, my mate has. Oh, it's great. Oh, you know, I've got a mate who literally did it basically for those reasons. Like, they heard about it on the internet, they thought it sounded cool, so they went and got it and did it. Like, I didn't. Like, fucking hell.
I felt that pull, and that's one of the greatest ways you can know.
So you're really, really easily influenced then, yeah?
You are being called is if you do feel a call. My mother ayahuasca will actually call you if she is wanting to work with you.
Or it might be like marketing on the internet, like you're doing now.
And so I felt that call for many years. I read many books, I studied many things, but I was waiting for the right moment of when it felt aligned.
You couldn't have done, because if you had, you'd know all that stuff I just said, and I don't think you did.
This was about 3 to 4 years of wanting to do this. Before I finally did. And so I sat with the medicine for 2 nights. Some places you can do it for 4 nights. I know some places it's for like 2 weeks. I also have a friend who did it 1 night. It really depends on the person, but I believe.
And now there are places out there in the exotic places where you can go and they'll feed you that, and people die sometimes. Like, don't get me twisted on this. People die sometimes because it's not very professional. It's basically a shit hotel out in the woods where some nutter feeds you drugs. And they get loads of money for it because tourists want to come and take these drugs they can just make out of the jungle. So they just brew up a load of drugs and go, oh yeah, oh it's mystic. Oh, you get, give me the money, mystic. You're in a really safe environment there.
That it's divine where you go to, and it's divine the amount of time you're meant to do. So I sat with ayahuasca, which is again a plant elixir. It is a beautiful psychedelic that is here to heal you, to cleanse you, to purge you of anything that is not.
It's DMT.
Of your highest source, that is not of your truth, of your greatness. So I'm going to get into my first 2 days. I'm not going to explain how you prep. You can watch many videos online of people how you can prep for it, what you should do.
Yeah, but you probably didn't do any of that, did you? So you're like, she's watched videos, she's just told us. Like, I think it's more likely you've watched videos and less likely you've actually done this.
Intentions, all this. I just want to get straight into what it showed me. So the first night was very much the New Earth consciousness.
Although it's quite possible she has as well, because she seems that impressionable that she might do this.
If you have watched my video on The New Earth is Coming for 2024, you will know that the world right now is going through a great elevation in consciousness, a great expansion in consciousness. And so ayahuasca really activated the codes within me that were here to birth new, to share new paradigms. Right before this, I was a manifestation teacher. I was very much following things by the rules, by the books. I was very constrained.
You were a person on YouTube going on about manifestation to get money. You flip from one thing to the other when it's the new trendy, cool thing to be doing.
Distracted in these belief systems, these rigid belief systems. And what I realized, the reason I was really deeply unhappy in life was because I was...
You didn't have enough monies, and you didn't do anything to try and get it, like, legitimately. You thought you'd just blag it on the internet.
To birth new. I was so frustrated with the way the world was, and I was trying to blend in with it, when in actuality I'm a New Earth seeker, I'm a New Earth person, I'm here to birth new, I'm here to birth new paradigms for every single system in this world.
You're what? You're here to birth new paradigms? What does that even mean? Big ups Red Fan. What new paradigms is she birthing anyway? Because all this shit is stuff that other people have said before. She's not new on this. Thank you very much for another 5 gifted subs. Thank you.
I dream about food every night.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
Yeah, I think she's quite pretty for a grifter. I think that helps because you get 6 Zoom calls for your $300, 360 euros or whatever it is. You get 6 Zoom calls with her.
So what it showed me was to take honor that you are here to birth the new and to start paving the way for other way showers, light workers, which is the work I'm doing online right now. And the first message that came through in ayahuasca was to share that new earth is happening, that new earth consciousness is expanding. And that is why I made that video that I shared, which I'll link down below, on how the world is shifting in consciousness. So basically ayahuasca showed me that the earth is very, very alive, which some of you may already know. She is a living, breathing organism. She is feeding us, she is providing for us, she is holding us.
It's a giant rock with like molten lava in the middle, and at the very central core, it's really super like hot and dense, like pressurized metal to the point where it becomes from a liquid to a solid again, like crystalline metal. And then on the outer of that, you've got more rock, molten in the middle, then you've got the more rock, and then on the very, very thin bit that we live on, the crust, is like the last bit with like the water and the mud, which is made up of like billions of years of biological organisms. Like, it's what? I agree with the sort of like, I understand what she's saying, Mother Earth and all this, and like, you know, the divine spirit and whatever, but like in reality it is a big rock in space. Isn't it? I'm wearing my NASA today, look. It is actually a big rock in space. Like,
She's very aware, and I'm gonna be honest, she's very pissed. Like, beautiful, loving mother, I felt her heart, she is nothing but love, Mother Earth, but she is deeply saddened the way the world is and how we are disrespecting her, walking on her, thinking she's just like this dead thing, when in actuality she is alive. And so what she is doing now is she's...
We are doing that, are we? But aren't loads of people doing loads of different things? Like, is she not happy that you think she's alive? Is there too many people who don't think she's alive and not enough people who think she is? But aren't there some people who think she is? Like, where does her brain come from? What are you going on about? What does she think? What does Earth think?
Purging. She is purging energies that she's holding for us to be revealed. So if you...
She's purging energies that she's holding for us to be revealed.
Have felt the past couple of years, your emotions have heightened, your intensity of sensitivity is heightened, your questioning of the world, your job is getting more frustrating as the days go on. This is because
Oh, this is that thing again. Quit your job and follow me.
Duality, the collective vibration field of the earth. We live on Earth, so we are connected.
Another way of looking at it is most people don't really enjoy their job all the time, do they? So going on the internet and saying if you're not enjoying your job, it's because of, is like a nice easy out for some people, isn't it?
This frequency, we are elevating our consciousness, we are expanding. So anything that is of the shadow will be brought to the light. So what it was showing me was every dimension, galaxy, star system, if you believe in like Pleiades and spirit guides and angels and all these dimensions, every single one of them is watching Earth right now because Earth is...
Which is weird then, because she didn't have the same sort of vision as everybody else has when they do ayahuasca. I've looked into this. There's like a common set of things that happen, and she's not describing them. Is she? I think she might be making this up. I think she might just be saying, I did ayahuasca, and now I'm going to talk bollocks. I think the premise of I did it, not telling us where, when, not going to talk about the prep. She just said, I did it, and now she's going to tell us all these magic things that happened while she was on it. But they don't line up with how everyone else talks about it.
going down. Like, the world is going through an insane shift of consciousness. Like, when it was showing me like all these galactic beings from different galaxies looking at Earth, being like, are they seriously still watching the news? Are they seriously still believing this stuff? Are they seriously still fighting against one another? Are they seriously still suppressed and numbed? Like, it was showing me how fast. It was almost like they were eating popcorn, watching Earth as a movie. They were like, I can't believe what's happening in the world right now, because I believe this is the greatest time to be alive on Earth right now. And I believe if you're watching me, if you're resonating with my frequency, it is because on some level you're here to pave that new wave as well. You're here to step into your purpose. So it was showing me that Earth is going through a massive collective mass awakening. And one of the really strong messages that came through is we have trained.
This is right. All this nonsense, talk about awakenings, all this nonsense keeps them permanently dulled and asleep. They can't be alive to what's really happening in the world. This is a form of like confusion. Like they talk about mass psychosis sometimes. This is a form of like, I suppose it could be denial, but I think she knows what she's doing and she's grifting people and she knows this is all nonsense really. But this idea that you should be more awake and that if you're not agreeing with what they're saying, you're not awake to it. But actually, I've looked through all this stuff and I know that you're a bit deluded and asleep to what's really happening. Like, you're the one with your head in the sand. The deluded masses, yeah.
lifetimes for this. So if you are here to share medicine, or
Big up, Sebastian. This is indeed a light one. We're going to be live one. We're going to be going on for about another half an hour, and then I'm going to drop you into a premiere where the chat will still be live of Angry Alan and his apology to the Queen. With it's a bit of a funny balance of tone, like that episode. We get into the Alan stuff eventually. Like after 15 minutes of talking a little bit about the sad news for Princess Kate, isn't it? The sad news there. And I didn't want to do a Nutterwatch yesterday with all that news, even though Alan did go on and I did react to him on Twitch. I didn't want to just do a Nutterwatch. And today's Nutterwatch is a bit different. It's a bit perky and a bit bouncy, and it's not so... I don't want to be on the internet being like negative energy. Like, I'm contradicting this stuff she's saying because she's a grifter and a con person, and that is actually negative energy. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a lie. Convince people so that you get the money and leave them bereft of any help, really, because it's not really going to help them in their lives. You know, give them an empty life jacket with no float. Like, it's awful stuff. So there is that, but yeah, I didn't want to have like bad negative energy. Like, I felt like not doing Nutterwatch yesterday, and today it's a fun one. Then we're going to dump into the Alan video. Tomorrow I might do Sunday service. Can't promise anything, but I might do Sunday service, which means just like a sort of chill Sunday show with a bit of bits and pieces. And yeah, today we're having fun. We've watched a bit of Luke Shorts. We'll watch another one. We'll watch another short. Let's have a look. There's still some really good ones. Like, there's still, you know, the music's obviously going to get me copyright on this, but
do you think there's...
don't want the music for this. So it's driving home for Christmas. Do 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 do. Look. And he says, "I'm so pissed," although we just missed it there. So drunk in the kitchen. This might be night time, maybe, because if you're drunk.
I'm still pissed.
I'm still pissed, he says. As he shuffles past the... I don't really understand that one. We've looked at Zero Fucks Given. We actually haven't celebrated his plaque. Maybe we should make sure we do this.
Teachers, as I used to teach the teachers.
Maybe we should do this. We'll jump back.
Hey there, Light Warriors.
Well, I think she's talking shit. Right? I don't think she's really taken ayahuasca, and I do want to see her ayahuasca trip story, and I promised you a bit of it, and we've looked at a bit. I want to jump, because I did promise you this as well, and this is a main thing of it, is this guy has got the plaque. It's 6 minutes, this video. It's very short. I want to draw your attention to the wrestling belt in the corner, which proves my point exactly, that the man has watched too much wrestling. He's clearly on steroids. He thinks that people behave like wrestling promos, and he's paid his way to 100,000 subscribers, because this video has got 2,000 views. So 100,000 subscribers and 2,000 views doesn't seem right. Okay, it's possible that he could have had some successful shorts, because that can funny tip the skew. But let's be right here. This man, 100,000 subscribers, like, come on. I think he's bought them.
Hey there, Light Warriors. Just came home from the gym getting my physical wellness on, and I came home to a little black box, and that means it's time for a reveal. And it's a great honor to share this with all of you and have an opportunity to teach as well, because builders build, teachers teach, and leaders lead, and that's what we do here.
And wankers wank.
Channel. I appreciate you, Neil. It says it right here. Keep building.
He fucking loves it.
Keep building. That's what
I mean, I would if I got a legitimate one. If he's got a legitimate one, fair enough. The only way I could see he would get a legitimate one would be if he'd done shorts that had hit big numbers. No, he's not. He's not done that. So videos that have hit big numbers? Yeah, sort of. A couple, but, you know, not big. Like 30k 3 years ago. His biggest is 100,000 views, but that's not turned into 100,000 subscribers. It is a very strange story to get this sort of number of subs from such shit content. Social Blade. Thank you very much, Social Blade. Let's have a quick look for our everyday lives. Oh, no, hang on. No, hang on. Look at this weekly subscribers number. Look at this. Very inconsistent, isn't it? Very strange growth pattern, the subscribers number. Views and subscribers here. Subscribers took a bit of a drop, didn't it? And then it took a little bump. But that's cumulative, like, that's over time. Like, there was a time there while he was getting big subscribers, but every now and then he gets this big bump, 5k, nearly 5k a bump. They're very consistent, those big bumps. They look like bought subscribers because they're both the same. Like, it seems really weird, this pattern. It doesn't seem normal. I can't say for sure that he's bought the subscribers, can I? But it just seems really weird, the pattern. And that's got him to 100,000 anyway, that weird pattern. I'd have to ask people who are more interested and expert in subscriber buying, but like, so I know people who
mentor
look into that
teachers, as I used to teach the teachers. I'm here to inspire other content creators because we're here to create and we're here to do things.
Let's be clear. I want one of these buttons. Don't care which channel I get it on. I do want a proper one though. I don't want to just do a load of like shorts about beans and then get one and be like, oh great, beans are popular. Like, you know, I want to do fucking proper content and get a plaque, 100,000 subs. I want it on the Super Chuffer channel. And I want the next step up to be the content we make, going out with the cameras and making slightly step up content. I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm really grateful for your tippies. I save them so that I can use them to do things like that. So I'm building up a what's the word, like a budget, and I'm going to start hacking into it later this year. So everything is really gratefully received. Coffee.com, memberships, tips to the liquidity of my business, super chats. I'm really grateful for all of it. Thank you.
Nobody else can do. And I can stand here right now holding this plaque and I have something to share with everyone to motivate them. I was able to achieve this. I was able to achieve this without ever having a viral video. You might be a content creator and you might say to yourself, you know, how am I ever going to get there? In this world, in a world of... How
long has he been doing it? 5 years? Maybe. 5 years. I'd have to investigate exactly when those bumps came in and what he was...
Hey there, Light Warriors.
What he was uploading when those bumps came in, you know? What happened to create those bumps, but...
you know, everything needs to be quick, you know, taking the shortcuts. There is still room for hard work, dedication, and that's what we do here on this channel. And because we showed up every single day, our everyday lives is the fastest growing channel.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's literally just doing a live stream every day and like hammering it for 5 years.
That's out there.
I didn't check the live content, did I? That's another point. The live content. He does lives as well. The most popular live stream is 40,000, 30,000. So they're quite big numbers for a live stream, I suppose, doing this shit. So maybe he's picked up a few views over the course of doing that. I can't, again though, he's like he said, there's no one standout video that's gone well, so it's strange to think that it's gathered 100,000 over time. Like a channel like this, I would expect to see about 30 to 40,000 subs over the 5 years, even with these numbers of big videos. Like, unless he's paid for these video views, I don't know, but it seems weird that it's got to the 100,000 and it keeps growing despite sort of having petered out into nothingness. And the oldest live streams were 3 years ago, so he's been on it quite a lot. You know, 3 years ago, starting on live streams might have been in a space where there aren't that many live streamers, and people do like this nonsense in a way. So he's done a lot about the Schumann resonance and full moon updates, and you know, maybe he has gathered people and lost people and gathered people and lost people over time to the tune of 100,000. I don't know, and to be able to then most latest live stream pull 4,000, most latest videos pull 2,000, 4,000, 35,000 for that one randomly, 13, 5, 6, 4, 5. Like, it seems like reasonable that he's putting 5,000 like on a video as a sort of standard number after 5 years of YouTube and 100,000 subscribers. That seems like that's his lowest. That's who's really watching. Maybe not even that. I don't know, you know, but because some of it might be fake. But then every now and then it seems like he puts in some, like an Alan, he puts in some money to give him a boost. And recently he's bought the subscribers to hit the 100,000, and he might as well have a video that gets a few views as well while he's at it. It feels like. Certainly before he did one with a guest, he got a load of views. Maybe that's impressive to the guest. I just don't see it myself. I don't see this as being sustainable on the internet, because since Do You Want to Have Fun, he doesn't seem to have said anything different than he ever had. You know, like, it's just the same old shit every day. But maybe people like their cereal. I don't know.
You know, everything needs to be quick. You know, taking the short.
What do you think in chat? You know, I'm not really sure about this one myself. Start a poll. What do you think? Legit 100k? Question mark. Is it a legit 100k? That's my poll. Legit 100k. Did he really get 100,000 real people to click subscribe, or has he bought them along the way? I can't quite decide, because some channels can get a lot of subscribers but then die off, and you know, every week you might get a few and then a few people might leave but forget to unsubscribe, and you know, the number might build but the viewer count might not grow and grow. So it's possible, but it seems really weird to me that, like, because I'm trying to grow on YouTube, I'm trying, you know what I mean, and like I'm making content and it's not happening as fast as this guy managed to do it with that nut stuff. So maybe I should be talking nutty stuff.
Cuts, there is still room for hard work, dedication, and that's what we do here on this channel. And because we showed up every single day, our everyday lives is the fastest growing channel that's out there.
See where he laughs like that though? Like, he knows it's not the fastest growing channel out there, so that statement's a lie, so he laughed about it. But does he like is it all a lie?
It's the most authentic channel.
The most authentic channel he seeks to promote, so that sounds bad.
You can build a community, and you want to build a community with authentic people. And
you do want to build a community with authentic people. Is that what you've done? And I think some of them in chat will be authentically attached to his nonsense every day. I think that is true. But I think, like with Alan, it's probably a smaller group, and the bigger group are people that don't give a fuck. Although he's got 400 comments, so that's a, you know, and they're all saying, they all look like reasonably legit. They mentioned his name rather than his channel name. So these, I think he has got a group of people who are into this shit. But I don't know if it's big enough to be as big as he pretends. It might be the Alan effect, you know, create a big crowd, then people will come. It might be that.
Simply by showing up every single day, you could get things accomplished.
He is like Alan on steroids. You're very correct, JJ Kane.
So I'm very grateful for everyone that has been here the entire time, and everyone that's shown.
And also, what he basically said was, the key to this is, I just showed up. He didn't say, I've got something to say, or I create content, or, you know, there's a community because I just turn up. And that's kind of what Alan said as well, isn't it? It's like, during COVID, you had nowhere to go, so I did a live every day, and then you were there. And, like, you know, he just created a space for you to talk in. But he himself did not offer much of merit. And this guy's basically saying something even more like that. He's saying, all I did was show up.
Up right now. But please know that this was accomplished without even one viral video. So use this as a bit of motivation. That's what we do here on this channel. People are going to tell you, you know, you can't do it. You can't do this. You can't do something different. But I wanted to create something that was different and show people that...
Well, it's not different. It's one of these new age grifts just on YouTube.
You don't have to be only in one phase of life. Here, we create a community that improves physically, mentally, and spiritually. All three phases. So whether, you know, we're working on our wellness, whether we do live streams, or whether I bring in my higher self out on the front line. We all have to know we're breaking...
What front line?
Down barriers.
When you go to the golf course.
And the physical self...
When did you win this belt, and what is it? Is it a fake one that you bought from a shop because you think it looks cool? In which case, what are you doing with a wrestling belt? Oh yeah, big ups Joe. I did say I'd do that, didn't I? Yeah, big ups, shout outs, FR West Groundworks Limited. Is there an area of the world that I should shout it out in, Joe Boy? Is there, like, you know, should I shout out FR West Groundworks, this area, or a sort of general set, like, if you're looking for this kind of work? I don't know what Groundworks is. If you want Groundworks though, get in the yellow pages and look for FR West Groundworks. That's who you want to... If you're thinking Groundworks at the moment, I don't know what... To be honest, right?
Now, hold on, Lorraine.
I don't actually know what Groundworks are. Do you mean... Anyway, look. Like, it might be landscaping. But if you want if you know what they are and you want them... I know what beds are. Supreme beds. I've got a bed, so I know what Supreme beds are. Shouts out, FR West Groundworks, Supreme Beds, Joe Boy, shouts out.
Mental mind and the spiritual higher self, they're all real. And it's been my honor to move forward and take the harder path.
For fuck's sake, you feel awful now. No, it's good, it's fine. Like, I just don't know. I'm happy to shout them out. Like, I'm happy to shout them out. I just don't, like, is it like when you're doing a patio, is that Groundworks? Fred West Groundworks, as we're shouting. Wait, hang on. Oh, wait. Wait. Wait.
Disgusting! Disgusting! Did David Icke penetrate you with his penis?
What have I said? Cut that. Fred West Groundworks. If you've got a cellar that needs renovating, it's a family-owned business. They've had a few apprentices. They don't last very long, the apprentices. The apprentices don't last very long.
Because you'd be in jail.
Very good, Joe. Very good. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I will concede.
Ghost Gura. I'm absolutely electrified.
You sent it me in a text message or somewhere else, didn't you? And we were on a different stream, and it was a comment, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it in another video, don't worry. I've shouted. I'm never shouting out Supreme Beds again.
I can't take it anymore!
Some people might have had an easier path. We had a harder path. And with great power comes great responsibility.
What?
Now we have a great responsibility as we continue.
You're not JFK. Who said that? Alexa, who said with great power comes great responsibility? It was Oppenheimer, wasn't it? Oppenheimer.
According to an Alexa Answers contributor. Voltaire said it first.
Voltaire.
With great power comes great responsibility.
He was good, Voltaire, wasn't he? He said a load of stuff.
Move forward. But by doing these new things, we're breaking down barriers and showing people the truth. So if you want to improve your physical health, your mental wellness, and your spiritual...
If I knew what groundworks were, because I thought groundworks could have been for pipes, or for like landscape gardening, or I thought it could have been for... I thought groundworks might have been like, if you do building sites, sometimes you need to put in foundations and you need to dig out all the stuff. Like, it might have been that. Which I suppose it kind of is, isn't it? I didn't clock on that it would be like digging up the cellar so you could bury all the dead people. They're far west. Fred and Rose West. Established.
What are we gonna do? We got a big problem.
If you think that's bad, I'll book Jeffrey Dahmer to clean out my fridge.
Why don't you subscribe to the Our Everyday Lives YouTube channel? We show people that through hard work and dedication and being an authentic person.
You're not an authentic person. You take loads of steroids and do all this nonsense with your beard to make it different colours, and you act all strange with all the facial expressions and the talking like you've watched too much telly. What?
You can build a community that loves you authentically, and that's what carried us all the way through. Never with a viral video, never had the quick fix. Show up every day, improve every day, 1% better every single day. Start today with little tasks. Just say to yourself, I want to learn one new thing every single day. And that's what I applied to my life years ago. So if you want to learn at least one new thing every single day and you're getting this for the first time somehow, why don't you hit the subscribe button and take the journey with us. Let's improve our everyday lives, physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's like a triforce of the...
It's like a triforce, like Zelda. Learn one new thing every day. You didn't teach us one new thing every day in any way, and you haven't learned one new thing every day. That's just another cliche. He just speaks in absolute nonsense cliches. This is what Alan does. You see, it's quite like Alan, isn't he? Like, Alan just says words that he's heard off the telly, and it's one of the things that really annoys me.
Legend of Zelda, some of you remember that? But all three phases, that's what we do. I'm very grateful for each and every one of you, and I appreciate this this beautiful plaque. And
this cocksucker's got a fucking YouTube plaque, and I haven't. Oh. Damn. Right, basically, subscribe to this channel, but I don't think this channel is going to get 100,000 subscribers. Go and subscribe to Super Chuffer.
From YouTube, I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for everyone that kept showing up. Never give up. No matter what comes in your way, just keep going. Celebrate.
Listen, I'll tell you about keep going and not giving up, right? I'll tell you a quick one. I'm just going to quickly shout out Slinky Socks as well. If you want to subscribe to a channel, go and subscribe to Slinky Socks. If you haven't subscribed to Slinky Socks yet, then like go and subscribe to this channel. You don't like Alan. Nor does Slinky Socks. She makes videos. Alan's in them. They are funnies. Yeah? Go and subscribe to it now. Get on that. Get that to 1,000. Go and get that to 1,000. If you haven't done that, go and do that now. We'll wait. I'm waiting for you. You've got to go and do that now. If you haven't done it, I'm waiting. We're all going to wait. We're not going to go on with the show. You're going to have to hurry up. You have to hurry up. It's only a thumb button. Come on. Get on that. Right. Back to this, and then we'll finish, and I'll drop the Alan upload.
Felt drawn to shamanism, or you felt drawn to all these sort of things. It was showing me that every soul on earth right now has trained lifetimes for this. Like it is very divinely happening now because we're ready for it. We're ready for the shift. We're ready for the change. So it was showing me this happening on earth, and it was showing me the new wave. The children coming in are extremely gifted. They're extremely powerful. It was really just showing me that everything right now, on some level, is perfect because we knew this coming in. We knew what was going to happen coming in. We knew all this was going to occur and take place, and we all agreed to be a part of the shift. We all agreed to be part of this greater mass awakening of consciousness. So that's what it was really showing me, was this element of Earth being watched and the purging she had for her children, that she wants the greatest good for us, but we need to learn our lessons, and sometimes that's harshly through being shown our shadows, our darkness. So firstly, that was really what happened, and for the first half of this first day ceremony, I was really just laughing. I was hysterically laughing because I found this whole shift so funny. I literally kept saying, even the shaman was like, "Are you okay, Ella?" I was like, "I know why I'm here. I know why I'm here." I just kept repeating, "I know why I'm here. I know why I'm here. It's my new
Sounds like she was having a sort of hysterical moment.
Purpose. I'm here to birth the new." So it was making, I even get giggly when I think about it, because I was just like, oh, I get it. Like, why have I been fighting my intuition? Why have I been gaslighting myself to try and think I have to be a certain way? I know I'm here to pave the new. So I was laughing a lot at this, and really how the earth is changing, and the excitement in my being. I was like a little child. I was very excited for the shift. And so then it moved deeper into earth, and it was showing me that I had to start speaking about New Earth, because there was a lot of people that will resonate with the message and it'll awaken something in them, because I believe we're just mirrors of one another. We're all just reflecting one another's consciousness back to us. And so if I can reflect back to you your greatness, your purpose, because it was showing me this immense amount of light workers that need to be led, that are still kind of maybe constrained. They're in their jobs, or they're in their families, and they're feeling, they're doubting their abilities. They're doubting they're questioning themselves, because there's not a lot of people around
Time
who
is it now?
reflect back who
7:30.
they really are. Because again, it was showing me that Earth has grids. I actually will just pull this up in the white.
Earth's got grids?
It was like, this is the Earth. Let's say this is Ireland, Mexico. I know this isn't the places. Australia. It was showing me like there's grids all over the world connecting light. So we're all proportioned out in different places to be like beacons of light. And so it was showing me that that is the beauty of internet, and this is why the internet has been created in this new earth time, because it was here to connect us faster, to kind of speed up the process, and that the internet actually has a very divine place, that it is actually very sacred. Because before ayahuasca, I was very much demonizing the internet. I was thinking it was very like, but it was showing me that it was extremely powerful for the awakening to evolve, because we're able to connect to one another.
What she's saying is she just...
It also showed me though that new earth is in person. So it was showing me the communities, it was showing me everything I spoke about in that video. This is what ayahuasca showed me. It was showing me how the world is going to play out, that there's going to be medicine centers, breathwork facilities, there's going to be animal healing centers where you can literally lie on animals and heal. I just got off a call with a beautiful person. A couple are creating like color therapy centers in America. So like all these people are starting these new conventional healing facilities, because if we look at ourselves as consciousness, as purely energy, most of the energy we're consuming on a daily basis is trash. We look at the music industry, it is so distorted.
Right, what she was saying there, where she saw all these interconnected lights and all this stuff, is just like, that's what you see on the telly when you see the internet in marketing, isn't it? All the lights connecting. It's like the DHL advert. This is not... Like, ayahuasca doesn't tell you the future and teach you that there's going to be, it doesn't give you a portent of the future like that. That's not how it works. It's not, spirituality isn't like you get to be Nostradamus and you get to see all the hospitals that are coming. That's not what it's about. No. I'm starting to think that she hasn't actually taken it. I'm starting to question that entirely. So, this is what we've built up to. Douche. Who's this? Look at this for a thumbnail. Look at this for a thumbnail. Look at that for a thumbnail. Do you like that for a thumbnail? How do you like those thumbnails? How about that for a thumbnail? Vile evil, Alan. Premieres in 4 minutes. That's the end of this show. He's going to roll onto that. I haven't set this show to roll onto it. You have to go and watch it. Here is the link in chat. Actually, I can set this show to roll onto it, can't I? Let me see if I can do that. Make sure you subscribe to Slinky Socks. There's Alan. Let me just see if I can edit and customization, redirect. Yes, I can. Save that. I will redirect to it. So when I sign off here, it should automatically offer you a button to press or take you there. So the premiere's in 3 minutes. There'll be a 3-minute countdown. I will say at the start of this premiere, obviously it's Alan, isn't it? It's, you know, we're reacting to Alan's recent nonsense. He went on TikTok, 17 TikToks in 4 days about the Catherine, at the start of our episode, this is from yesterday, and I didn't do Nutterwatch. Instead, I did a reflective talkie stream that ended up being an Alan React because he went live to sort of apologise with his tail between his legs. It was bad for him. If you don't feel like watching the first bit, the 15 minutes where we talk about the sad things, reflecting on those sort of things, you know, what's happened with Kate and stuff like that, you know, just a sort of content warning there. It's not bad, it's not awful, just a little bit emotional, maybe. So then it gets into the Alan React after 15 minutes when he comes live. I do actually get raided during that as well by Indrid, who over on Twitch raided my channel, so a bunch of other people come in. It's a bit of a fun episode after the first difficult 15 minutes, okay? Malta maybe. Big ups, David. Thank you for the 20. Thank you. I'll finish that poll as well. I forgot to end the poll. Thank you for the £20 super chat. I'm seriously considering going to Malta. I'm seriously considering it, you know. It's not that hard to do. I've got the monies. It might be fun. We can make videos. I can enter the poker tournament. If Alan kicks off Royal style, that'll make my videos all even better. You know, it's not stalking anyone. It's just going to play poker. I make all these videos. We've talked about Malta a load of times. It might be fun. You know, I probably want someone to go with me as security. So, premiere in 60 seconds. We're going to redirect. I'm going to end this stream. I've given you the content warning, but it is fun. And I'll be over on Twitch later playing games. I've got some friends that are in and out, going back and forth, so I'm going to find out what they're doing. But big ups all you in chat. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for the super chats. I'll get another button for that. And thank you very much for the tippies. And thank you very much for the memberships. Thank you, Red Fan. One person we haven't spoken about enough in today's Nutterwatch is about to come up next.
AD.
So thank you all. Thank you. And you be good. And if you can't be good, what do you say? What do you say? If you can't be good, what do you say? You're nautis.